Can I help you with something?
What do you want to do? Tease. All right, what do we got? Mixed sky. Little boundary over New England right now. Front stalled across central New England. Not much wind right now. I was kind of disappointed how windy it turned yesterday on the south side of a front. No complaints, though. It's a beautiful day. These altocumulus clouds and cirrus clouds, representative of the boundary is a front. They look kind of like a warm front. And if you have a warm front, a lot of times these kind of clouds evaporate. But I think the front's going to turn around and come south a little bit and then decay. I think it's an okay day. Should be less windy than yesterday. Should be. And it's snowing moderately right now on top of Wildcat. Froze a frame just after 8:30 this morning. A bunch of hikers and their dogs. Also got an image from the Kangamangas Highway yesterday. Yikes. Enough people leaf peeping. I don't think I ever used that expression. Maybe once to make fun of it on television once a year. But no such thing as a bad foliage year. Janet said, "What are those weeds out in the front yard?" I said, "Well, it's basil." She said, "Well, it doesn't look good anymore." Anybody need any basil? I did transplant one of them to see what would happen. I think it might still be alive. So the garden season is over. The growing season is over for much of the region, but not here because we live by the ocean. I think tonight's actually going to be our coldest night because a high pressure system comes in here. So today's a pretty good day, temperature in the mid 60s. And then tomorrow, we're going to start off in the upper 30s and low 40s. And I'll take a look at my peppers tomorrow and see if they got frosted. I think it's going to be close. Pretty quiet. This high pressure system, the front's going to kind of wash out and the front's going to be gone pretty much. So high pressure right over us tomorrow. That'll be the calm day with a good amount of sunshine. Most of the boats are gone, as you can see, but not all. So if you've been waiting, Wednesday's a good day for it. And then the pressure gradient's going to tighten up. We're going to have high pressure going toward Bermuda, so we're going to have a little bit of a Bermuda high. Some of the remnant from Julia may end up in the Gulf of Mexico. Right now that's on the west coast of Central America, but it's breaking into pieces and almost done. Some of that energy is going to join with a front that's going to be aligned. It's called high amplitude flow here with air in New England coming from the tropics, Gulf of Mexico, the Bahamas, and the air in the Great Lakes coming from the North Pole. And that front is going to come into New England Thursday night. Very gusty wind and heavy downpours, but the upper level trough is not going to go by New England. The GFS says not for a week. That would be starting on Thursday. So that would mean unsettled instability showers possible every day starting on Friday after the front gets to the East Coast and stalls. The Euro is a little more progressive. Here's the Euro. The blue dashed lines are areas where it's cold enough for snow, and that's mostly over the Great Lakes. So as long as that trough axis stays to our west, we're going to be on the warmer side of things here with a flow at most levels of the atmosphere from the south, maybe southwest a little bit. Dry us out. It's not looking terrible, but instability showers are possible anyway. And the Euro says we may end up with less rain than what it had yesterday. So it says west of the Connecticut River, maybe 2 inches, where yesterday there was a 5 on there. And then if you throw into early next week until the front really gets through here, Maine may end up with the most rain, as you get more batches coming up from the south late in the week and the weekend. So unreliable weekend forecast, but we've surely transitioned now out of summer transition. It's a square into fall, and so now snow season will be next. The foliage is still nice. Last day of the Topsfield Fair. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm going to try an experiment this morning on my And More segment. Watch the docks being floated from West Augusta under the Four River Bridge. I'm going to try and speed that up, see how that looks, and also tell the story of Gene Kelly. You may have heard his story in February of 1983. He was one of only 2 survivors on a ship that sunk in a terrible nor'easter off Virginia. We'll hear that story too and show you a picture of his book. Disney bought the rights to the movie. Hey, Andrew. Hi, Gene. Rex is eager to see this too. The flotilla of docks Headed underneath the Fore River Bridge. There's Gene and there's T-Rex.
You go walking around, chase the birds, huh?
Good boy. Sit.
The name of the ship was the Marine Electric. My name is Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly. That's a great name.
Yeah, and we wrote a book. The name of the book is Till the Sea Shall Free Them. And it changed the industry. The lifeboats were changed, immersion suits that weren't required back then.
So you were on the Marine Electric and it went down in a storm off Virginia in 1983.
Yeah, and the cause of it is it was an old T2 tanker built during the war, converted, bad steel. Many of the ships on the Murmansk run sank because of the bad steel in the war. So it's
and most of your crew did not survive.
3 of us lived out of 33.
Oh, that's so sad. It must be something
I went over the side with the captain. Never saw him again. They never recovered Phil's body.
So did you guys have any lifeboats or vests?
Lifeboats. It was such tremendous weather. We didn't get a chance to launch a lifeboat. Ship rolled to stop. We had been aware of it for a couple of hours, but the ship was listing 40-foot seas, and she took a list. We were prepared to abandon ship, everybody at the lifeboat stations, but when she took a list, it could have been the gap of the Grand Canyon, those lifeboats away from the ship.
Oh,
At that point, I saw my watch partner reach over for a line on the lifeboat, and he went over the side. He was one of the survivors. The helicopter picked him up. So,
what was the date?
February 12th, 1983.
And look that storm up.
Chincoteague, Virginia.
Right off the coast.
Right off the coast, about 20 miles.
And to change the subject a little bit, where are we now and what are we watching?
Yeah, I know, huh?
What's going on out there?
You would have thought that I would have stayed away from boats after that.
So what's going on out here?
These are all the docks that have been folded up, and they're heading up to Burt's Boatyard for winter storage.
From Wessagusset?
From Wessagusset, because we can't afford to let them sit there for the winter with the storms coming in. So the last 2 days we've been folding up docks and secure them. Now they're headed upriver.
Kind of like herding some cattle, but over the water.
Yeah.
And they're all tied together?
Yeah, we had to wait until that ship that was at the terminal in here came out this morning.
Golden Eagle, I saw that go by.
Yeah.
So the captains of these boats must be kind of practiced at this. They look like they really know what they're doing.
These are owners of the boats.
Yeah.
We do this every year, so there's a group of guys on there. They're probably sitting out back enjoying a cookout, you know?
How you think? T-Rex, you think you might want to come back here? We're not quite done. This way, come on. He's looking at us. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come back here. Good day for it. Full moon, high tide, midday. T-Rex, you enjoying yourself? No. Can we go now? Yeah. Thanks for holding on to T-Rex. There he is. You gonna take the leash? What? That means it's time to go, right? Where do you want to go? Stop. Stop. Kind of stopped. Stay. So to put in perspective where we are, it's just a cool little peninsula out here at Burt's Boatyard on a sunny Sunday, October 9th. Full hunter's moon. Kind of fitting that the boat that we're going to go by here is called Hunt Rest. Yeah, what do you got? Kind of fun, huh? Nice catamaran over there. Who doesn't like running around a boatyard? Where are they? Over there. No accident that this is happening during a full moon because you get the strongest tides, either that or a new moon. And what that does is give you more water to get it up higher, maybe into the marsh. I don't really have enough time to stay here for the rest of it, but it's kind of fun. So we'll come back tomorrow and see where the docks end up here.